You have to believe that you can. Before you can do anything, before you can change anything about your life, you have to believe that you can do it. Like Norman Vincent Peale said, if you think you can, you can. Oh no, he said, you can if you think you can. And there's somebody else who said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I forgot who said that, but the essence is that you have to believe you can. If you do not believe that you can change your life, like I'm talking about true belief, like as strong as you believe in gravity, as strong as you believe that you're gonna go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, if you cannot believe that you can change your life and feel it, it is not going to happen. And this is something that I'm recently really, really learning. Because I've spent, since high school, 12th grade, so about 17, I'm 22 now. From 17 to 22, my dream has been to be financially free. To not have to work some job I don't care about, and to travel the world and live and be my friends and family, just exist how I want to, right? That was my dream from 17 to 22. But because I didn't really believe I could make it, it didn't matter how hard I worked. It didn't matter how long I worked. It didn't matter that I kept waking up to this idea. As long as I didn't believe it, it was not going to happen. So you can be a hard worker right now. You could be thinking you're putting in everything you have to change your life. And maybe you're not in that situation and you're just thinking about changing your life and you really want to. Well, it's not going to happen unless you believe. That's the first thing. Belief. If you think you can, you can. The next thing you have to do is be able to expect that it will happen. Believe it, and then expect that it's going to happen. Because when you expect that change is coming, that your life is going to change, that finally gives you motivation to go all out and to follow through on what you have to do, the actions you have to take to reach that changed life. Because you expect it, that means you already know it's happened. So all you're doing right now is playing catch up. It's already happened. You're just catching up to it. So believe it first. Believe it will happen. And then expect it. I was listening to this seminar, Born Rich by Bob Proctor and this other guy. I forget his name, but they told this story about expectation that really hit home for me. And I'm not this religious person. I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. But this story came from the Bible. So basically, a group of people, they were thirsty. They were in a drought. They needed rain. They were just on their days end. And they went to this monk or, this higher elder or whatever. And they were like, hey, can you help us? Because we need some rain. Can you make it rain? And the monk dude was like, yeah, I bet. I got you. Go back home and it's going to rain tomorrow. So the next day came, and the villagers, they went back to this monk dude, and they were like, it didn't rain. And the guy was like, but where are the ditches? And they're like, what do you mean? He said, if you thought it was going to rain, you would have dug the ditches. Expectation gets you to move. When you believe something's going to happen, you act accordingly to make it happen. You take the actions you have to take to make that thing happen. So believe it and then expect it. Alright? Next, you need to get very, very clear about what it is you want. Be so clear to the point where you can. If somebody asks you what it is you want, you don't just say I want to be successful. Like for me, if somebody asks me what I want, I could tell them right now I want to make $15,000 per month, helping people reach their goals through selling a course to them. I know exactly what I want, and you have to know exactly what you want too if you want to change your life. Most people just have these dreams of what they want, and that's it. And that's it. They don't know what they're going to do to get it. They don't know what they're going to get. They just know they have this vague notion of this higher, good life they want. But if you really want to change your life, and if you want to be able to believe that it can happen and expect that it can happen, then you've got to see that it can happen. And how do you see things? By speaking it out. Because if I tell you to imagine a blue car popping into your head. If I tell you to imagine your bedroom, or your mom, or the sky outside, an image will pop into your head. You can see it because you've spoken it. Words create images in your head. And when you can see it, that will trigger the belief. Because whatever you can see, you can have. You can hold in your hand. Everything around you, this thing was made in somebody's head. They had this image in their head and they made it. this. Somebody held this. Before this was created, it was made in here. They saw it and they made it. So literally, if you want to create something, you have to see it. If you want to change your life, my bad. If you want to change your life, you have to see it happening. And to see it, you have to speak it out or write down exactly what you want. So write down exactly, be as specific as you can about what you want and what you're going to do, the value you're going to give to receive it. Now that you know exactly what you want, you need to spend time being there. And the best way you can do that is to spend 10 minutes a day visualizing the exact thing that you wrote down. And this is something I do every single day. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I spend 20 minutes visualizing what I want. Visualizing. Because you want to keep that image in your head. You want to see it and see it and see it. Because that's going to trigger that belief that it's actually yours. And then that belief is going to trigger that expectation that you can get it because it's already there. Which is going to help you take action towards changing your life. And I know this sounds hoodoo or like whatever, why should I do this? I'm telling you, these are the things you have, before you can change your life, you have to change yourself, your thoughts, your mind. It all comes within, and then it comes out. So I could sit here and give you all these techniques of how to manage your time, how to set smart goals, and how to be more productive, and how to reach. I could tell you all those things, but at the end of the day, if you don't know how to change what's in here, you're not going to reach anything. So we got to start with the foundation, which is you, your spirit, your soul, the inside of you, the being that influences the external environment, the internal part of you. You have got to change that first. So spend 10 minutes. And like when you first start visualizing, you're going to suck at it. You're going to just see darkness. You're not going to see anything. I have struggled with this for so long. There's this guy. I wish I knew his name. Nelson Goodville Nelson, whatever his name is. He has this book called Feeling is the Key or something like that. And he basically saying you have to feel that what you want. You have to actually feel the emotion instead of to actually see it. And for so long I tried to see it and feel it and I could not see anything. And so I didn't keep working at it. Because I just thought I couldn't do it. But it wasn't until I realized imagination, visualizing all those things is just a skill, like every single thing out there. And you're going to be sucky when you start it. But if you keep doing it, you will be better. And now I can actually say, I can feel the emotions. I can see exactly what that life I want for myself, how it's playing out, what it looks like. I can see it, I can feel it, I can feel those emotions. But that came with practice. Okay, so don't expect that when you close your eyes and visualize, you're going to be in this immersive reality and you can see everything and it's going to light a fuel in you. No, for a long time, you're not going to see anything. But the more you practice, with the belief that you can see something, you can visualize it, you will eventually get to the point where I'm at, where you can actually visualize it and feel it. Okay? And the second you can visualize that thing, you can feel the emotions that come with it, that accompany it. Oh my God. You are going to, a lot is going to change for you. I'm telling you. A lot is going to change for you. So, now we know you have to believe it. You have to respect it. You have to see it by writing down exactly what you want. And then you need to practice being in that image by visualizing it. Alright? So the next thing is you need to keep that image, that thing you visualize in your head as much as you can. Because our goal as conscious beings is just to hold the image in our head of what we want. That's the only thing we gotta do. That's the only thing we have to do, and then the rest will come to us. But if you want anything to happen, you have got to hold it in your head. Hold that image in your mind. Now, it is hard to hold something in your mind for long because, our mind switches from thought to thought like this, that, like it's too crazy. So it's kind of hard to just go throughout the day thinking of only that thing. That is why you need to have a note card in your pocket. You need to have a note card in your pocket of what it is that you want. And so I carry this around all the time. You can see it. I'm going to read what it says. It says, I'm a successful entrepreneur with a course that helps people reach their goals. I'm so thankful for this life and the confident work I put in to get here. I believed it. I saw it. I got it. This keeps the image in my head of what I want. Every time I reach into my pocket and I feel this, I automatically have that image in my head pop up of a successful entrepreneur that sells courses to help people reach their goals, and me being grateful for experiencing that, for having that, for living that life. This is the master key to holding that image in your head. The more you touch this thing and see the image in your head, the sooner your manifestation is going to come, because you're going to be acting in accordance to what you need to do to get that thing, if that makes sense. So get a flashcard and write down like 2 or 3 sentences what you want. Write down the first sentence, what you want exactly, and the value you're going to give to receive it. And then write down a word or like a sentence or two of gratitude for receiving that. Alright? Now, what you don't want to do is fill out this flashcard with as much detail as you can, writing a small handwriting to fill out, to get every single word on this, because the point of this is to read it and see an image. If you have to read something that's just so much every single time you put your hand in your pocket, you're not going to do it. And that's something that I struggled with for a long time before I realized it's better to just have a few sentences that's potent enough to get that image in your head, instead of having like writing down every single thing and not writing it and not getting any image in your mind at all. Okay, so write down at least 3 sentences that will flash into your mind the image of what you want to see, the life you want to live, the changed life you want to reach. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of annoying to have to, every time you touch this thing, to pull it out and read it. I'm asking you to do that, but it is kind of annoying, and you're kind of not gonna want to do it, but you should still do it, because you're practicing keeping that image in your head. And the more time you repeat it, the more you'll naturally just gravitate towards thinking about it, towards thinking about that future. And thoughts that come true are the ones that's most dominant, okay? So you want this to be a dominant thought in your mind for it to come true. And the last thing I would say about this is you're going to lose it. Unless you have like deep pockets. For me, I don't know why, but I just keep losing these things. So if you lose it, just rewrite it and put it back in your pocket. And really, I think it's better to rewrite it, because now you're more invested in it. You're putting more energy into it. So that's just a little side note. If you do lose this thing, you go hard, just rewrite it, put it back in your pocket, and keep going. Alright? If you can follow these steps, okay? Believe you can. Okay? Expect it. Get an image of it by writing down exactly what you want. Spend 10 minutes a day visualizing it. And then practice holding it in your mind by having a flashcard. So when you touch the flashcard, you're reminded of what you wrote up there, and an image of the life you want, the changed life you want, will appear in your mind. If you can do those things, you will change your life in 6 months. I promise you. Don't think about how it's going to happen. The things you got to do, just change the thoughts inside your mind. Change your internal self. It is that powerful. And everything else will naturally flow. And you will do exactly what you have to do to get to the changed life you want. It starts with belief first and foremost. So follow those steps. And if you do, and if you really commit to this, I promise you, you will change your life in 6 months. Now take action. Stay consistent and make your goals happen. See you later.